Question 1. Which of the following are agents of the socialization process? That response would be C, peer groups. 2. Maxine Lewis and her unmarried mother and father live together. The union between her parents can best be described as common law. Which of the following would most likely undermine the authority of parents in the home? Being inconsistent with rewarding and punishing children. In the Caribbean, number 4, fathers have accepted more responsibility for child rearing, mainly because of the increase in the number of working mothers. Number 4D. The type of care associated with the elderly is described as geriatric. Item 6 is based on the following statement. Unemployment and hard economic conditions have forced both parents in some Caribbean families to migrate, leaving an elder son or daughter to care for younger brothers and sisters. Which of the following problems is least likely to affect the younger brothers and sisters? That response is the lack of opportunity for peer group interaction. 7. Which of the following would most likely result from women working outside of the home? You have 1. Decline in social values, 2. Improved standard of living, and 3. Higher self-esteem in women. That answer is C, 2 and 3. Question number 8. Which of the following types of households in the Caribbean is most closely associated with ancestors who came from India? That one is B, extended family. Number 9. Paul is the captain of his school's chess club. At meetings, he allows members to make whatever decisions they want. What type of leadership style is he displaying? He is displaying laissez-faire. 10. Members of a formal group are more easily identified than those of an informal group because members are likely to wear uniforms. 10C. 11. Which of the following qualities are characteristics of a strong leader? You have 1. Able to make decisions. 2. Is always lenient with members. 3. Does not tolerate disorder. The response for number 11 will be 1 and 3, 11B. Number 12. Which of the following best characterizes a primary group? Primary group, you have face-to-face interaction. 13. Which of the following matters is not normally dealt with by a family court? That's C, the probate of wills. 14. One main duty of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, that's to regulate House debates. 14A. 15. Which of the following is not a role of the trade union? To report negligent workers to management. 16. In all CARICOM countries, citizens have the right to vote. This right is preserved because it is enshrined in the constitution of these countries. Items 17 and 18 refer to the four gatherings below. Into which of the following categories would 4 be classified? And 4 is parties at a political meeting, party members at a political meeting. That would be a secondary group. And number 18, classified as pair group, would be 1 and 2 only, boys playing football, and the other one is students at a fair. "19. Which of the following strategies is a political party likely to use to reach a large number of persons in the shortest possible time? You have the use of electronic media. 20. The plan proposed by political parties for managing a country is published in a document called a manifesto. 21. The constitutions of a Commonwealth Caribbean country guarantee citizens freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and movement. These freedoms are usually referred to as human rights. 22 refers to the ancestors when they came, so you have to look at 1 Amerindians, 2 East Indians, 3 Europeans, 4 Africans, and determine the order. Which of the following options correctly identifies the order in which ancestors of the Caribbean arrived in the region? So you have the Amerindians, followed by the Europeans, which is 3. Then came the Africans, and then came the East Indians. So that response is A. Democratic control and open membership are features of a cooperative society. 24. Caribbean countries where the King of England is the head of state can be described as a constitutional monarchy. In a constitutional monarchy, the political leader of the victorious party becomes the Prime Minister. Which of the following sequences outlines the order which a bill proceeds to become a law in most Caribbean countries? So that is the lower house, upper house, governor general, or president. Caribbean governments have improved the rights of children born out of wedlock by passing laws to allow them to qualify for inheritance. The right of citizens to vote in an election is called universal adult franchise. Which of the following are items of expenditure for a government? That's pensions. A. Which of the following is not included in the written constitution of a country? That's methods of taxation. Items 31 and 32 refer to the population diagram of country P. Which of the following is the most likely reason for a decrease in the population between the ages of 29 to 49? And that's B, emigration. 32. The number of males too young to be included in the productive sector is approximately B, 2,250. A country's population increase is calculated by the sum of the natural increase and net migration. 34. Which of the following is least likely to be affected by overpopulation of a country? That's C, participation, least likely participation in religious activity. 35. An example of intra-regional migration, that's Trinidad and Tobago to St. Lucia. Item 36 refers to the graph for country Z. 36, that response is C. Female birth rate reached its highest level around the mid-1970s. The natural increase of the population X in 2020 is A. 18,000. 38. The labor force is best defined as all persons who are employed, unemployed, qualified, and willing and able to work. 39. The statistical data provided by a population census help the government of a country to plan its developmental programs. 40. Which of the following conditions are problems usually associated with rapid urban growth in developing countries? You have 1. Unemployment, 2. Shortage of housing, 3. Shortage of motor vehicles. So 40, that response is 1 and 2 only, which is A. 41, persons would be considered unemployed if they are studying full-time at an institution of higher learning. 42, which of the following measures will assist Caribbean countries in developing self-sufficient economies? So 1, developing the local agricultural sector. 2, investing in local industries rather than foreign ones. 3, issuing import licenses for goods which can be produced locally. So 42 is A, 1 and 2 only. 43. Which of the following actions may be taken by an employer against workers during an industrial dispute? That's C, a lockout. 44. It is true to say that marine life in the Caribbean is a renewable resource. 45. The attractive social conditions offered by some countries have influenced the movement of people from the Caribbean. These conditions may be described as pull factors. Number 46. The introduction of machines in agriculture results in the unemployment of farm workers. The type of unemployment these workers suffer would be technological. Number 47. Item 47 refers to the following pie chart, which shows the proportion of revenue earned from industries in CARICOM. So which of the following statements is true about the information presented in the pie chart? 47 is D. The mining sector earns more than the manufacturing sector. 48. Which of the following would most likely be a potential benefit of CARICOM to member states? 49. Which of the following functions does the Caribbean Court of Justice perform for its members? B. Acts as the appeal court to resolve civil and criminal matters. 50. Renewable resources may provide energy in the Caribbean for years to come. One example of a renewable resource, sunlight. 51. Which of the following strategies would play an important part in the government's efforts to increase the consumption of locally produced food? That's B, increasing the price of imported food. 52. Which of the following is the most important aim of the trading arrangements within CARICOM? That is A, to promote economic development in the region. 52, sorry, A. 53, the highest authority of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, is the Conference of the Heads of Government. 53C. 54, which of the following organs of CARICOM is responsible for overseeing the operations of the CSME? That is C, the Council of Foreign and Community Relations. 55, which of the following organizations is most likely to be the first to respond in the event of a disaster in the region? That is SEDMA. 56, if a CARICOM country imposes restrictions on CARICOM products, which of the following provisions is being violated? That's the liberalization of trade. Item 57 refers to the following statement: CARICOM countries need to pool their skilled human resources. The most likely result of such action would be a reduction in the need for foreign experts. 57B. 58. Which of the following situations is the main reason for the trade conflicts which sometimes arise among CARICOM countries? 58 is D, competition for markets when several countries market identical products. 59, economic integration as part of CARICOM's main objective aims primarily to accelerate development in CARICOM countries. And number 60, which of the following results in the least likely from industrial development in the Caribbean? Now C, increase in unemployment.